Ladies and gentlemen, a second content nuke has just been fired from the H3H3 studios. Ladies and gentlemen, the ongoing saga between Hasan Piker, Ethan Klein, Elo, whatever you want to call it, has just been unraveled. With the newest video, I'm suing these three creators. Obviously, it has had 8 hours to simmer, 8 hours to let the world see and decide how they feel about this entire situation. But essentially, what's happening is Ethan Klein of H3H3 is going to be suing Denims, Frogan, and Kaceytron for essentially stealing his content. Now, we all know Ethan Klein is pretty much famous for being the React guy, right? He's the guy who made the funny reactions to various cringy internet people and internet videos like Ethan Bradbury, you know what I mean? These kinds of things. And he set a precedent for what it means to create content that is fair use, to create content that takes an original material, takes an original work, transforms it, alters it enough, and allows people like me, people like you, other commentary people to basically make a living, right? Like, fair use is freaking awesome. I love fair use. Fair use gives me a platform. It gives lots of creators you guys probably follow and lots of creators I follow a platform to do things. It allows React channels to exist. It allows people like, Speed and Kaceytron and all these other millionaire creators, even people like, Sniper Wolf that I'm not a fan of. It allows us to be creators. And now essentially what's happening is Ethan Klein is going to be suing these three creators for stealing his content. They even claim themselves that they've stolen his content, and they're more than happy to profit off of his work and create a market substitute for his work.
Guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
So that he essentially doesn't get paid for it, right? It's a huge grudge. And as someone who creates content like this, commentary, I would never want to steal views away from people. I simply want to review things and talk about things that I enjoy and alter it enough that, like, it's my own content, right? No one's going to mistake a CamNuggets commentary video for, an ASMR video or for a OF girl or some Gooner video, right? Because obviously my content is transformative enough, it's wacky enough, it's silly enough, it's basically nothing like the original work that I review. Now, if you've somehow been out of the loop, I can't blame you. I've also been out of the loop. Obviously, I took a short break from YouTube, but Ethan ended up making a video called Content Nuke Hasan Piker, 1 hour and 42 minutes of basically back and forths between Ethan Klein, Hasan Piker. They used to be really good friends. They used to have a podcast together, and they ended up breaking apart, right? They ended up breaking up like a boy band who lost one of their best members, and it caused a humongous flurry of internet drama. Obviously, people on Hassan's side started coming after Ethan, right? They started getting things like the CPS involved, trying to take away his kids and things like that, right? These are all just rumors, allegedly. Either way, that one single content nuke, of course, led to all the snark subreddits, all of the internet drama spheres getting together and, calling out Ethan for going after poor boy Hassan, because, Hassan can never do no wrong. Hassan's the greatest thing on this side of YouTube, right? And so essentially everybody came together to defend Hassan, and this included the likes of people like Frogan, Denims, Kaceytron, the people that are being sued. And essentially this would end up being their downfall, because what Ethan Klein did was he set this video up as a trap. He registered this video, the Content Nuke Hasan Piker, as a copyrighted work. So that means if you reacted to it, if you profited from it, you essentially stole his work. You violated his copyright. And Ethan Klein's not going after everybody and their mama. He's not going after small people like me or like you who watched his video, reacted to it on stream. He's specifically going after the people who created a market substitute. Again, a market substitute is essentially only provided to someone as like a way to take away from the original work. Again, like if I watch a video called like top 100 Easter eggs in Disney films, it's going to be clips and spliced up in so many ways. It is not serving as a market substitute for all 100 of those Disney films, right? It's simple edits, clips. And even then, Disney might be able to argue and say like, yeah, that's still our work. We're going to claim it. So for, these three women to basically sit in the corner, sometimes not even sit there, you know what I mean? They hit the classic chair cam where they just leave the room and the video still plays. They profited off of Ethan Klein's work, and, he's suing them for it. Now, again, as somebody who creates fair use content, as somebody who creates, commentary videos where my entire brand exists solely on other people's work, I like fair use. But I also think it is karma to, create this platform where all you do is watch things, right? There's nothing wrong with it. Whatever. React content kind of sucks. Who am I to judge people for it? But when you specifically go online and like brag about taking views, taking money, taking eyes away from someone else's work because you like don't like them, and guys, come watch me instead. My videos are so much better. Don't watch Ethan's video. Watch me watch his video and basically steal his viewership, steal his profit, steal his ad revenue. And they kind of deserve it, right? Karma is a big fat B word, and it happens to the best of us. Now, I feel like every once in a while, we always visit this site. We always visit definitions. We like to look into things. This is from copyright.gov, the U.S. Copyright Office. And it basically describes what fair use is again. This is super technical. I'm going to try to break it down as easy as I can, basically about fair use. When creating content, you have to think of the 4 processes of fair use, right? The purpose and character of the use. It basically is saying, what is the point of using this work? Like, do you need to do it? Are you going to make money from it? Are you going to do it for free? Why are you creating this work? Does it need to be a thing? Is it transformative? Blah, blah. The nature, which basically means, is it creative, right? Are you taking Alice in Wonderland and turning it into a different version? Or are you just like making the Disney version just worse or something, right? It's factoring in, what is this copyright work being used for? Why are you using it? Number 3 is the amount and substantiality. It's again, basically quantity and quality. Are you basically re-uploading the entire video? Are you taking someone's 3-hour stream and just sitting in the corner for 3 hours? Or are you taking a 20-minute video and cutting it into like 5-minute chunks and editing it and adding your own feedback? That's what's being added there. And the last, but most important, I think, in this situation is of the effects of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. Basically asks, does it harm the existing and future market of the copyright owner's original work? And in the case of the Content Nuke, you had people like Frogan, you had people like Denims, basically telling people, hey, don't watch Ethan's work. Come watch mine instead. When you don't create the work, you don't own that. You're literally stealing someone's content and then telling other people to come watch your stolen version, right? Yeah, you might pause it and say a few things, but you've taken the entire Content Nuke, the entire video, and you're basically telling your fans and stuff, hey, the original video sucks. He doesn't deserve any money. He doesn't deserve any attention for that video. Come watch this one instead. Which is, again, basically a market substitute. And that is essentially against fair use. Again, as someone who loves fair use, as someone who loves being able to, make a pretty penny covering content, giving my commentary on things I don't know a lot about, I love fair use. And there are people who genuinely take advantage of fair use. There are people who genuinely, take things for granted. That copyright strike, take copyright abuse. It's real. It's not just non-existent, right? But in this one case, I can say Ethan Klein got you. He slicked you. He put that nice little rug out. The clowns stood on it. They started praising Hassan on their rug, and then he pulled it out from under them, and they fell, and now they better get those GoFundMes ready, because that's all they have, right? And in a hilarious turn of events, Denims, one of the people being sued by Ethan, has made a GoFundMe. She has posted on Twitter, it's 2025 and Ethan Klein is suing creators for fair use. Again, her content is not fair use. Legal defense fund below, stream coming soon, image unrelated. We're all trying to find the guy who did this, right? So this is her post. It's already at 278k views. And here's the GoFundMe. Denims versus Ethan Klein, fair use lawsuit defense fund. It's already raised $5,200. Ladies and gentlemen, if you donate to this, it's going to Ethan Klein. And I'm going to laugh because it's just so funny. Ethan Klein is suing me for reacting to his video on Hassan, Content Nuke Hasan Piker. This fundraiser is to cover any and all legal fees associated with his complaint, his video, and there's a link, blah, blah, blah. Again, it's hilarious because even a few months back, originally, Denims was going to sue Ethan Klein. So isn't it funny how the cookie crumbles, how it turns out? Why the heck is Gucci third leg on my recommended? Ignore that, I'm just saying that. Anyways, Denims claims she'll be suing Ethan Klein for defamation, set up a GoFundMe. This is back in May 8th. This was last month. How the tables have turned, my friend, my villain, my enemy. I do not like Denims very much. She's not a smart person, right? It has nothing to do with her race, her gender, any of that nonsense. It's just, she's not bright. She's not the brightest bulb in the batch. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, that's how it goes down. So far, Frogan hasn't replied. I haven't seen Kaceytron make a statement. Denims was very quick to pump that GoFundMe out, basically begging people to donate her because she's just a small itty bitty streamer, you know, she's only getting 1,500 viewers on average, right? So she needs any money she can get. She's struggling out there. And you have big bad Ethan Klein is just trying to take down the little guy, take down the fair use. Again, that's not the case. That's not fair use. You don't get to just sit in the corner of people's videos half the time, leave the room, go do your own thing, go take a peek, take a dump, and come back and see donations piled up because you didn't contribute. You didn't react. You didn't add anything to that content. You just let it play. Now, Kaceytron has also set up a GoFundMe for her legal defense fund, this time with a cope tweet. This one's kind of funny. Ethan KK Klein is going to sue me for smoking too much. You know what? He is trying to take away my ability to purchase my medically necessary Mary Jane products. We cannot let this happen. Donate to my fund live on stream now. Let's show the KK Kleins how to really goof and gaff. I started a GoFundMe for legal fund. That's so funny. So like she accuses this guy of like only suing her because she smokes, which is just absolutely stupid. If you've seen the video, you know that's not why he's going to be suing you, Mrs. Casey. Either way, this is her GoFundMe. Support Kaceytron's legal battle fund. And that is an image for some reason funny. This one only got 1,055. You're gonna have to ask Denims to split you some of that change, break a little of that bread. Aren't these people like all socialists? Like, shouldn't you guys be sharing money with one another? Shouldn't you just make like one big GoFundMe, like the Three Stooges GoFundMe, and then just like split it in the end? I mean, you guys are all gonna be in the courtroom together, right? You might as well make friends, make amends now, and, you know, get this ball rolling, right? Either way, yeah, she's only got $1,000 in 7 hours, which, I mean, I guess is good for, like, a job, but, yeah, not the best for, like, a huge streamer, I would say. Now, that makes the only third stooge, Frogan. She hasn't reposted anything. Her last post was June 18th. She also, like, has this chaperone. I like chaperone if you can't tell. She hasn't posted anything about it, but this guy Ock20,000 over on Twitter, Yeet, has found this. Apparently Frogan deleted all of her Twitch VODs, or at the very least unlisted them. No videos found. If that's not an admission of guilt, trying to hide, trying to get away from the drama, trying to get away from that burning building while you can, I don't know what is, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think down below of this entire situation. I appreciate you watching. Peace out, my friends. Bye.